spreading hate. Lips BS ain't gonna seal our fate. No nonsense here, just straight to the point. Truce to ammo in this battleground joint. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night. Fight the woke mob, cancel their crying. Truth on the mic while they keep lying. They wanna cancel, they wanna control, but we got the truth, we breaking the mold. Speak your mind, don't let them bind. Words cut through, sharper than a sword of kind. Senses just raw, no filter to stop. Voices rise up from the bottom to top. Feelings don't matter when the truth's laid bare. No nonsense, come at us if you dare. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night. Fight the woke mob, cancel their crying. Truth on the mic while they keep lying. Podcast warriors ain't afraid to shout. Make America great, tell them what it's about. Facts over feelings, cutting through the noise. Fighting woke mobs and the canceled toys. They spew their lies, they spreading hate. Lips BS ain't gonna seal our fate. No nonsense here, just straight to the point. Truce to ammo in this battleground joint. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night.
Hey, it's To The Point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
What's up, guys?
Hey guys, welcome back. It's your boy Leo from To The Point podcast with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
Yeah.
And welcome back to episode 135. Hey guys, welcome back. You see it, you know it, you hear it. We are live once again.
Yeah, so pardon the screw ups if there is any. We're using a different platform tonight, testing it out. And yeah,
it is
135.
Yeah, 135. It is October 15th. On a Wednesday, we are out from the Sunshine State, straight out of Indian River County.
Starting to finally cool off a little bit.
It sure is.
Man, it's already October 15th.
I know, right? But listen, before we get going, before we get you guys going on what we got going on tonight,
We don't even know what we got going on.
Don't even listen. Don't forget to give us a like, give us a share, give us a follow. That's all it is. We're just here to have a good time, have conversations, talk, disagree, agree. Mostly agree, but then also disagree. Give us a like, give us a share, hit something in the comment. Vince, what you got, man?
135, man. I can't believe though, like October is here already.
Getting ready to hit the holiday season already. Doesn't it just feel like we left that like maybe 2 months ago?
Listen, 2 months.
That's what it feels like.
2 months and the year's over.
Yeah, the past couple mornings it's been real nice, and it's like, man, you know, this is short lived, but it is only October 15th.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, next week though, I will be next week or the end of next week I'll be in Georgia, so I'll be enjoying that. I might tune in or something like that, but I'm looking forward to that, getting a taste of some fall weather. But here it's nice when you get those mornings where it's like, ooh, like it's snap, you know, it's like a little snap in the air, and
it's like in the what's it been, low 70s every morning. A couple mornings there it got down to like 68. I mean, it's still getting up into the mid 80s, but pretty nice in the morning, pretty nice in the evening. That's for sure. It is.
I enjoy it. I like it. There you go again. You know, it's we live where you guys vacation. We have summer all year round. For people that live up north, this is summer for them. Our winter is summer for them.
And those of you that live in Georgia, you live where all three of us vacation.
For sure.
right
in the mountains.
Yeah. So anyways, we're using a new platform. So, I mean, there's a little flair to it. We're testing some things out. And, kind of liking it so far. We're just hoping if everything's fine, if you're watching at home, give us a thumbs up, like, share, repost if it's on Rumble. It does help tremendously to keep us in the people's timelines that do follow us. And we have quite a few followers on Rumble. It's just like everywhere else, the algorithm will eat you up. Same with X. Man, X, you can have you hit the right thing on X, and you know when the algorithm's triggered, and when you're not, when you're shadow banned or when you're not getting that reach, you can tell. Right. Speaking of, John and them did a show last night, TGI Now, after ours. Catch theirs if you didn't already watch it. They talked about, the Charlie Kirk thing and stuff like that, and they broke they broke 1,000, maybe a couple thousand views
Oh,
in
that's
24
pretty-
hours.
Oh,
So,
that's
Right.
pretty good.
you know, just like
Pretty
that,
good.
that algorithm's triggered, and you have to talk about relevant stuff and
Right.
Yeah.
like the kind of stuff we do. The headlines doesn't really trigger the algorithm as much, and I mean, you can play around with SEO and keywords and stuff like that, but it's
Yeah,
all
and-
there's a lot of trending out there, and
And-
that's pretty much what we are. is
And they
trending
were
news.
smart. They were doing it on his birthday. A lot of people, it was called Charlie Kirk Remembrance Day now. I guess they're making it or something like that. And they're doing a podcast on Charlie Kirk. So, it definitely blew up. So,
Yeah. So then again, if you're watching us, if you can hear us fine, hit the thumbs up, drop a comment. I'm not sure if the audio is working right or what. So it's total new platform for us. And but anyways, yeah, 135. We've had what vacation.
yeah,
Then
Birthdays,
we
I
did
then there
the,
was a
I
the
had a-
conspiracy theory
the conspiracy theory,
club we had to do last week. So,
Leo's birthday.
yeah.
I think we'll be here for next week, but the week after that, I don't know about. We might not miss one on my vacation. I don't
We'll
think.
see.
I don't know. I got to look and see when we're actually in Georgia, but hopefully not, because the season's coming up for us in the kind of work we do, and it gets busier, and you don't want to miss them if you don't have to, but
Right.
and all the news changes so fast. So, but anyways,
What's in the headlines? What did you guys see in the
what's in the
headlines?
headlines?
Well, Obviously, there's the. Well, I'll let you pick what topic you want.
Well, there's Trump's put. You can see it in our scroll at the
Right.
bottom that you can't see right at the moment. But Trump's Middle East deal, his peace accords over there. They got the hostages back,
Right.
and I have a different take on this.
Right.
I'm putting this up here so you guys can see that if you want. So Trump's Middle East peace push.
Right.
And in the last month or two, we saw all these countries come out and recognize Palestine as a state or as a nation, and they've never been a nation. So they were recognizing Palestine, and then not so much Hamas.
Right.
Hamas is like in the States you have the left and the right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's kind of like that in the Middle East, except their lefts and rights are extremely radical no matter what, but they don't jive with each other either. So there's the Palestinian Authority, I think is what it's called. That's who they made this deal with, not Hamas.
Right.
So now they're essentially turning their own people
Against each other.
against Hamas. So that's why Trump has said in the Oval Office, we told them they will disarm Hamas
Right.
or else, and it's because even though we didn't recognize the Palestine as an individual nation, all these other countries did, and that gave us somebody to look across the table and say, clean your backyard up before
Right.
we do.
So
Before this goes on, because a lot of people are dying there, and nobody's good. Israel ain't good. Palestine's not good.
You think we're going to start providing military equipment for them so that they can do that, Mike?
The Palestinian Authority, I
Yeah.
hope not, but
It wouldn't surprise me. 'Cause
obviously,
hopefully,
not under the Trump administration, but that is something
he
very
wants
typical
it
of the
cleaned
Bush
up.
administration.
Right. I mean, he wants it cleaned up, and what better way for them to do that if they've got the weapons to fight back? So I'm kind of wondering if that's a possibility.
Look, we're in this mess because of Israel.
Right.
They created Hamas. I don't think they need to be the ones to clean it up, but if anybody should be supporting other people in that region and in those ethnicities, those people, Israel should be supporting them. But
Right.
the killing really should stop, and it is pretty sad. But we were watching a video. I won't play that kind of a video on here unless it comes across one I've got pulled over here. But they're just shooting people dead in the street. Now, what you saw was Hamas was executing their own people who were cooperating with the Palestinian Authority.
Right.
And that's their own people. The Palestinian Authority, Hamas, They're fighting for control over that region.
Right. It's like a gang. It's like your gang members are working with another gang.
Yeah, yeah. And you see that here in the States too. We can get with that. But yeah, so here is I want to play. Where is he? You guys will like this guy. Like I said, I left and came back in, so
What do you mean you left and came back?
I left and came back in. So now all these are kind of screwy.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
I have to add this back on.
Yeah,
there.
that's crazy,
Here.
Day. This is just after the last living hostages
Come on there.
who have been held in captivity by these animals was returned to Israel. These gorilla animal, savage, dumb, caveman, barbarian, violent, raping, murdering, kidnapping, pedophiliac, sick were killing their own people in the streets of Gaza. Where the are you at? Mark Ruffalo, John Cusack, Javier Bardem, Greta Thunberg. Look for it. Look at it yourself. All you lowlights on these college campuses, all you fake bullshit reporters, look what the you're screaming for. This is not fixable. Or, you know what? I'm wrong. These are Jews. This is Israel. This is the Mossad, right? These are the same people that killed Charlie Kirk and they want to kill Candace Owens and all that. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. I take everything back. These are Jews. This is Israel. These are Jews. This is Israel. We're doing it, and we're in costumes doing it. It's not Hamas. These dumb are ruining the world. These are not
I'm glad they've
freedom
got
fighters.
it deep down.
These are dumb, illiterate, radical jihadist cavemen, barbarian savages that are killing their own people in the streets of Gaza. And they do it to scare the out of the rest of the innocent civilians of Gaza. Look at them. Mark Ruffalo, Joaquin Phoenix, and the rest of you around the world. Look at this
That's what I was talking about. I didn't know it was going to be that graphic on this one, but it is pretty sad, the infighting. But they got to clean up. You got to clean up your backyard, and then
Right.
if you can't, I mean, it's not easy, but it's either leave or do something about it, and
Yeah, you don't do something about it. That's
war with your neighboring country who's
Yeah.
light years ahead of you in technology and just living, is just, it's a death sentence. What else do we have on that? There was something else. Is that my back? Oh, that might be my kid in the background. Yeah, so that's pretty bad. I don't want to play that other video. I think that showed enough of what's kind of going on over there. But yeah, so I don't know. I can't tell you how many times in my lifetime I heard the word peace in the Middle East.
right.
Every time they think they made a deal, there something falls through or it lasts a little bit and it's just never right, and something always happens. It's just like 3,000 years this has been going on over there, and it's
Right.
just, I don't think it's going to end overnight. Do I want Trump to be the guy in all of this to bring it to an end? Yeah, but I don't
Right.
think it's going to be that easy. And
It's
like we
yeah.
saw today, that it got uglier, and it probably will get uglier.
And it's even if it comes to an end right now, it's just a matter of time until it's gonna have. It's just they're gonna go back at it at some point. Maybe there's peace while Trump's in office, but what happens after that? And like you said, who knows? It might not even last more than a few months.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, Leo, are you okay? You
I'm
looked a
trying to-
little fuzzy.
Yeah,
there
I
for a
know.
minute
That's why I
there.
was like trying to get a zoom back in there. I'm sorry, my camera's a little fuzzy. Out here
Why?
where
I'm
out here
wondering
where
if
I'm
it
at.
was it zooming in on the guy behind you.
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I mean, he's dead.
Yeah, but I thought I saw him move over there. Halloween is like my favorite time of year. I don't do anything for it. I
Same
just
here.
like it, you know. But yeah, so peace in the Middle East. Let's hope that happens. You know, they're all giving Trump, all these world leaders. Damn, my daughter's in the
Did
other room right
did
as
you
hell.
did you watch any of the speech? It was like an hour long
From what?
where Trump was addressing Israel and them right there, and I don't know. They were in like something like our Supreme Court. They were all sitting there, world leaders, and
Oh
he
yeah,
he
you
had
know, I
he
commented
had
on that. I didn't like that.
yeah. I started watching it, and I watched some of it, and in the beginning it was good, but I don't know. Sometimes I don't agree with everything Trump does, and like it's just at one point, like 15 minutes in or 20 minutes in, it might have been a little further, half hour, and he starts talking about making it a point to tell these other world leaders, if that had been us, the we'd annihilate whoever was at war with us. He's like says stuff along that lines a few times, and it's just like I don't know. I just some of his speech kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't watch the whole
Well,
hour
he's
long
talking
thing.
to a war torn tribe over there,
Right,
or multiple tribes, and I didn't like that there was no American flag behind him.
right,
Now I know he was speaking at the the Israeli Knesset, I think it's called. It's like
Right.
their parliament, so it wouldn't be typical to have anyone else's flag there. But you know, when there's, I could respect that. What I don't respect is when they come here and they speak in front of our Congress and there's their flag behind them
right.
on our Capitol. I don't
Yeah.
like that. You know, so say what you will. I don't not support Israel. I don't. I'm really sus of Benjamin Netanyahu, but whatever. You know, it's a different kind of world over there. It's just modern. It's never been right. They've always had to fight for their freaking existence. And I don't think we're going to see it solved in just overnight. You know, I mean, if so, man, that was some harsh talking he did.
Hmm.
Maybe he maybe his talks of taking over Gaza and re bulldozing everything and starting over really motivated the Palestinian Authority, and you know, maybe they want in on the deal. They want in on the deal and become the next Dubai, the next UAE, you know, the next Saudi Arabia. They better frickin', you know, start cleaning up. What do we
Right.
got going on over there? Oh, we got some comments over there. Oh, there's Troll. What's up? Them damn Jews. Yeah, leave it. Troll, we haven't seen you on one of our streams in a while. I'm glad to see you.
To be fair, we've missed a few of them.
Yeah, yeah. Duck Butter 69, or anyone who doesn't convert. I'm not sure what it means. What do we got here? It's never going to be solved. No, but do I hope it is? Yeah. I agree. I don't think there's ever going to be lasting peace there because there's so many scumbags.
Right.
You know, like they want to see people dead, innocent people dead. So I can't see shit.
Yeah, because even if you get Hamas under control, I mean, there's always going to be, just like what was the one Osama bin Laden was over. It's never been gone. Like you might get it under control and they're kind of in the background for the while, but they're always rebuilding. What was the one Osama bin Laden? What was
Al Qaeda?
Yeah, Al Qaeda.
Yeah,
like,
they
we never
just
got
morph.
rid of it.
Well, there's different ones, and they believe in different parts of the Muslim or Islam,
Right.
and you know, they're all.
You can't get rid of it. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
just it'll always be there, lurking.
Yeah, right. But you know, Trump's on a roll, and they didn't give him the Nobel Peace Prize. I think they gave it to some woman. Yeah, it's got to be a woman. Opposition in Venezuela, and I don't know if that's even a thing. I don't know.
I
But
heard
does it matter?
I heard she ended 10 wars. So
Does it matter though? Like, does it matter
What?
that these people didn't give him the Nobel Peace Prize? We already know they're freaking twisted. They
Yeah.
gave one to Obama before he even took the oath of office.
Right.
He was elected, and then he got the Nobel Peace Prize because he was smooth talking.
I mean, who else?
Blackmail,
Who else has ever ended eight wars in 4 month span? So I mean, if anybody deserved it, I mean, who else has ever deserved it more? But
Yeah.
I mean, is it a big deal he didn't get it? I mean, I mean, to some people, I'm sure they take it as a slap in the face, but I think Trump even knew he wasn't going to get it. Like, I don't think he expected to, because he already knew it's corrupt, just like everything else.
Doesn't matter though.
Not really.
All right, let's move on.
Right. But what does matter is all of the countries and all the other world leaders saying, we know you're not going to give it to him, but this guy deserves it. And that's not the one we want. Why is it on there?
That's what we watched a minute ago.
Yeah, we don't want that one. Huh. I don't know. They and the Malay guy from Argentina was here, and he gave him like a framed letter. You see it over here on our other screen.
Right.
They can't see it. I don't know why. They gave. Oh, I get it. Yeah, so it was a framed letter of his nomination for the Nobel Peace Prize. Other leaders did. I think the Pakistani leader. There's been a few.
Yeah.
I don't think they even know what each other's saying.
He said, I wanted to give you this. Quería darle esto. I wanted to give you this.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
That's fantastic.
And when he did this letter, Mr. President, your settlement in the Middle East wasn't done. So we had to do a new letter to include that, because this is a very important.
We'll have to add one extra sentence.
Exactly.
That's great. Thank you very much. This is such a beautiful statement. Thank you very much. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Mr. President.
Yeah.
I wanted to give you this.
Yeah, it's just gonna loop it. Yeah, but
So
I
what
think
was
it's
it?
pretty neat.
What did they give him?
It's his letter to the Nobel Peace Board.
Whose letter?
Malays.
Oh, the Venezuela guy?
Yeah, it's his letter to the board nominating Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize.
So we had to do a new letter
Let's do
to include
I don't know.
So
what's
what
up
does it mean that they had
We'll
to
have
do
to
a
add
new
one
letter?
extra sentence.
Exactly.
because of the war now. He ended in
Gaza.
So this letter, the original letter was wrote like last week, but they
Right.
had to update it yesterday because of the
Right.
Middle East, the peace in the Middle East. So that's now what how many? Eight wars?
8, yeah.
Eight
Supposed
wars,
to be 8 wars.
since he took office. I wonder if that was coming across to everybody or just in my ears.
These people, man, I swear. Like, why do they just...
You just can't break thousands of years of that kind of teaching. You're right. And it's like it's their programming, We see it here. We just see it in different ways. We see the parrots in the media, or in the parents
Or celebrities.
driving around with masks on in the car. We see it's the programming. Over there, it's just religious fanaticalism.
And the celebrities here,
Yeah.
too, is where it's real bad. The programming with them, We have celebrities that you just can't understand where their brain is, and it's because they've been programmed. They've been brainwashed, or they've been bought, they've been blackmailed.
Well, take doctors. I mean, they save lives, so I'm not knocking on doctors, but
Right.
they've been programmed to, peddle on pharmaceuticals,
Right.
as
Absolutely.
much as they can,
And they get paid to do it.
Yeah, but it's not a malicious thing, though. It's not like most doctors aren't out there doing this to make $1 million off you.
Right.
It's in their programming. It's in their
Right.
teaching.
It's part of the system that
Right.
they have to
You're
abide
right.
by.
Right.
It's a system.
Yeah. just like the law or the bar, which there's conspiracy behind.
Just
that.
like politics, what Trump's the exception to for a lot of people is it's the system.
Do you know what the bar stands for? Like the lawyers.
The bar for lawyers, yeah. What you mean? What BAR stands for?
Yeah.
Bureaucratic something.
No, we'll leave that up. We'll see if somebody listening can tell us. We don't have that many watching, but
I'll
we'll
Google
see.
it. No,
No,
I don't know. I don't know for sure. I've heard it before, but I don't know.
It's kind of, somebody at home look it up. I would
bar?
get it wrong.
What is it, bar?
Yeah.
It's the Bar Association, or Board Association.
Duck butter or troll? What do you think?
I can't remember what it was.
Anybody else watching?
My wife would be very disappointed.
Do you think she knows what the bar stands for?
Oh yeah, for sure. She went.
Phone a friend. Send a text. See if you get it before anybody else can get it. See if your phone a friend saves
I can't think of that guy's name now. From that show that goes, okay, phone a friend. Regis Philbin.
Regis.
Yeah. At least the original.
What is it? Do you want to be a millionaire?
Yeah.
Something like that. Phone a friend. Anyways, welcome to the Point Podcast. If you're watching at home, hit that thumbs up, like, share, comment.
Regis is probably suing us
repost.
right now because we just used copyrighted material.
Phone a friend. Yeah, well, whatever.
Oh, damn, are you calling
bar? What the Bar Association? So,
what is it?
No, he's just asking. The bar, like that lawyers have to do. Do you know what that stands for? I can Google it too, but I don't want to.
Who asked it?
I'm asking you.
Hold on. See if I could get a response.
Yeah, Leo's phoning a friend.
I'm phoning a friend. I have a friend of a friend. They'll probably never answer because they'll
probably never answer. An hour later, it's just like, okay.
Story of my life.
Yeah. So, speaking of, where
what
are
is
we
it,
at?
Vince?
We're at 27 minutes.
I'm not getting any reception out here.
No reception. Sounds like.
I got reception. Mine says delivered, but that doesn't mean anything.
Let's do a Warrior Shield ad, and let's come right back. And but we're gonna play Warrior Shield ad this year. They're gonna be supporting the Border Patrol Foundation, and on recommendation of Leo. And it's to help. I'm just kidding. I don't mean to get you in trouble, Leo, like I did with your photo last week. But we'll be right back. Here's the Warrior Shield Foundation.
Warrior Shield Foundation is here to unite, honor, and provide support for veterans, first responders, and Gold Star family members. The foundation will enable them to find the help they need through direct assistance or by connecting them with our shared vision network. Using data-driven models, we provide solutions that make a long-lasting difference. We, along with our partners, are dedicated to bringing together like-minded groups and individuals who have committed to making a difference in the lives of our hardworking, everyday heroes. We bridge the gap by connecting warriors or their families with the assistance they deserve and require, such as service dogs, wheelchairs, counseling, scholarships, and team-building retreats, to name a few. You can help right now to make a difference for those who have helped and protected us all. Warrior Shield Foundation, selflessly doing for those who need it most.
It's a long way to home, but you won't take the hard road all alone. Just look to your left and look to your right. You were born to fight.
Comes from the physical railing or barrier that divides the courtroom. The bar separates the public area from the space where the judge, jury, attorneys sit. Symbolizes the legal profession's authority. Lawyers must pass the bar to enter the courtroom. So that's why they call it the bar.
So
exam.
you can't find out what the bar stands for?
It doesn't stand for, that's what it means or where it comes from. I don't think it stands for an abbreviation. They walk past the bar when they go from where the civilians are in the courtroom to, they call that the bar. You have to pass the bar to be a lawyer.
I agree. I read the same thing here, Vince.
So
there's
I don't
literally-
think there's an acronym for it, Mike. It's literally that gate they go through, like the wooden gate they go through to go where they sit to sit in front of the judge. That barrier is called the bar. So I guess they thought it was funny to say lawyers have to pass the bar to be a lawyer.
Right here it says the term bar comes from the historical physical railing or
Railing,
or bar that divides courtrooms.
yeah. So it's not an abbreviation, an acronym for anything, which is what I would have thought.
Yeah, me too.
Mike,
I thought
me too. I thought, over there, like,
that's pretty good though. That made us think on, like I like
Mike.
that.
I don't think he believes this, Leo. He's like, no, kidding me. It's not an acronym.
No, there's not.
That's crazy. I would have thought it was.
Yeah,
I learned something. Damn. Can they hear us right now?
Listen,
or they can hear us?
Yes,
right?
yeah, we're live. We're on there.
Yeah. Is that's not what you expected? Obviously,
no. Listen, keep reading because, well, this does debunk it. So a common misconception was that, well, at least this is what my assistant says. My chat GPT says it's oftenly mistakenly said that bar stands for things like British Accredited Registry or Barristers Association Registry. These are myths. There's no evidence for any acronymic origin. The word's use long predates acronyms being common in English. Yeah, I think there's room to talk. I heard this, and actually, it was a woman who, Joanne, if you're watching, you interviewed her, and she mentioned this on the Conspiracy Club. I forget which episode, and they mentioned how it was a British accredited registry or something like that, and how they actually swore their oath to the crown. And I don't buy all that. I think the justice system's scamming itself, but it's kind of weird though, how like there's some like weird traditions and terminology. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Yeah. Steve says it's just a figure of speech. Yeah,
that's what it is.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's a governing organization, and yeah, I kind of like the conspiracy behind it though. What else were we going to talk about? What else did we have here? Oh, the cartel is putting out on
ICE.
ICE. Like we saw that in Gaza. This is kind of like what these cartels are wanting these people to do here in the streets of Chicago and wherever it is. And that's not the one we want right there. Let me pull this up.
Yeah, but that's crazy. Putting hits on ICE. I mean,
yeah. So the Homeland Security's page right here says criminal organizations in Mexico have begun offering thousands of dollars for the murder of federal law enforcement, with payouts escalating based on rank and action taken. $2,000 for gathering intelligence or doxing agents, including photos and family details. $5,000 to $10,000 for kidnapping or non-lethal assaults on standard ICE or CBP officers, and up to $50,000 for the assassination of high-ranking officials.
So, what do you think Trump's response should be to that? Because that's like the first thing that pops in my head is from his standpoint. You've got people offer, what'd you say, up to $50,000 for high rank officials?
Yeah, for the assassination.
Yeah, I mean, so that's pretty serious. So what do you think Trump should do? Mike, what's your opinion on that? What do you think Trump should do about that?
Well, like we're going after him, just like we're going after the drug boats coming from Venezuela. Is it pretty? No. Do I really? I mean, I don't know if these guys driving these boats know what they're doing. Like they might. Do they know that the United States is blowing boats out of the water?
Right.
Like we're not even stopping to apprehend these things because they're full of poison. And after we freaking blow them out of the water, we just keep going. Because all the
Right.
fentanyl dust, it's very dangerous.
Right.
So it's just like, what do you do? Is it okay to blow them out of the water, or do we let that come to shore? Do we try to apprehend it by person? I don't think we need to try to apprehend it by person.
No,
I think destroying it is the best way.
I think blowing it up like they are is probably the best thing.
Right. But these people might be doing this because their life is on the line. Maybe their family is held hostage
Yeah, they're
back home or whatever. I don't know, but it's not very good. Trump did mention about those Venezuelan drug boats is that they have like 100% always confirmed the boats were drug running boats before it even left dock, and he was saying these aren't just some fishing boats. These
Right.
are very, very expensive jet boats that are like super fast, and so it's not like it's just a Boston whaler out there. So but yeah, I mean, between that and now the border and stuff like that, I don't know, like I don't really understand why the cartels would do this.
Should he expect Mexico, kind of like over in the Middle East, to be kind of cleaning it up like Hamas? Like what he's expecting over there?
Well, we've always expected that of Mexico, but I don't really understand why the cartel would offer money.
Because they're fucking with their business is what it is.
Yeah, I know,
yeah,
but
yeah.
that usually offering money really isn't nothing. They just do it themselves.
Why they're offering money?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
why
usually
are they...
the cartel just go do it
Because
themselves.
right now everything is heated with ICE, know,
Yeah.
and if people are urged, money makes people do crazy shit, and if you see the money right in hand, you see the agents, you see everything in the hand, and you see how people are suffering, trying to pay rent, trying to survive, trying to pay their bills, trying to, and they show this money to you. They come knocking on your doors and they show you 50K. I mean,
Yeah, I think they're just trying to get a group of people to fight ICE too. I mean, maybe
and,
enough people.
and to them, the cartel, to them, that's how they speak. They say, what they say, plata or plomo is usually like is either either money or a bullet in your head. So you decide.
Right.
Which one you're going to decide. You want a bullet in your head or you want the money?
Steve is talking our language, but real quick before I move on to his comment, I have up that next slide is this today their press conference, President and Kash Patel, their FBI summer heat program or whatever, yielded almost 9,000 arrests, almost 2,300 firearms seized, 557 children identified just in this one operation here. 7,757 search operations, 421 kilograms of fentanyl seized, which I think I heard him say that was enough to kill like, I don't know, 1 million people or something like that. For almost 45,000 kilograms of cocaine, kilos or whatever, 2,081 criminal indictments. And then they have some pictures, like, oh, what big deal? Like the pictures and shit like this, the slideshow, don't really care. So Stephen brought up a good point, and it's kind of like a hotbed issue right now in the area. I didn't read your whole comment, so let's take a look at it. Really need to start talking about radical Islamists positioning themselves in the USA and what it means. Dearborn, Michigan is completely run by Muslims. A whole community is in Texas. New York is going to have radical for mayor soon. Stephen, I'm glad you want to talk about this because really you should be watching the board report and catch up. You can still catch up. Here in our county, there's been a little bit of a hotbed issue with a group of Indians that bought a lot of agricultural land, and they were pressuring the county to rezone it. Right. Currently, they can only put one house per 10 acres. They want it rezoned to where they can build up a development of an Indian community and whatnot. And because of its location, it's great. But they also tried getting their land annexed into Fellsmere to try to circumvent that, knowing the county wasn't going to move on it, had no intentions on changing the zoning west of 95. And so they tried to get it annexed through Fellsmere. Fellsmere is kind of like I don't know, man. I just don't have the best. I don't have the best opinion of Fellsmere's operations at the moment, but thank God that didn't go through. Local people in the community like rallied everybody up. They all showed up, and the message was heard. But yeah, DTs and Fellsmere, and so this company first met with the county commissioner, then went to the county meeting and kind of was like, hey, I represent 400 other software investors, and this is what we want to do out there. But in his meeting with the county commissioner, stated that they wanted to build an Indian community. So it was a little concerning because the name of the company kind of coincided with that city in Texas. And then when you look into all of the nitty gritty with the company, it all goes back to Texas. Now, Indians and Muslims aren't really the same, but they kind of come from the same part of the world. So it does raise a little suspicion,
Right.
especially with the name. So nobody made any allegations, but it's kind of like, there's all but a straight line connecting them. And if not, come clean with us, and it's all in the finances. So anyways, this is what they do. It's a company. They buy a shit ton of agricultural land at auction prices. Then they try to pressure local governments into rezoning it. That way they can develop it and then they can move on. Or this is a company that wants to relocate their community that was just outlawed in Texas, and that wants to push Sharia law. So either way, I don't think building a segregated community is kind of like in the right direction of where we've been trying to go as a country. And it's kind of like assimilate. Like my partner Joanne, she's got a good point about the multiculturalism is killing America. And there's a line there. I draw that line at the heritage. Like, it's great to have the heritage, but that like bringing your culture here that you left, it doesn't do America any good.
Right.
Bring your heritage. We all have our own heritage, but we shouldn't be building communities segregated for
Right.
Hindus or Muslims. I just don't see it right now. This actually, I'll catch up with comments in a minute, but so this company was actually stirring the pot, I believe, in Palm Bay also at the same time. So we started covering this when this guy showed up at the county commission meeting, started doing our research. Well, little did we know, there's people in Fellsmere doing the same thing, the same research. There's people in Palm Bay doing the same research. And, before you know it, one of our partners did a show, and then within minutes after was contacted and by the gentleman running the company, supposedly, and asked to have all the stuff taken down and, whatever. There was an exchange of, not really an exchange of text, but they kept texting. And so now apparently they're selling their property. Well, they're on Zillow. We'll put it at that. I'm not sure if they're actually selling it. So
How much is
One
it?
of one of the things that kind of
it's on the
concerns
Fellsmere
me
page.
about this topic is, you have all these communities popping up, and you're talking about, like, you got New York, and then they're trying to get them to pop up Texas, Florida. What happens when maybe we end up in war with this country, and they've got all these communities implanted amongst our communities?
Right.
chemical warfare comes to mind. Something that, if they've got these communities spread out, I mean, they could screw up a good chunk of our country with chemical warfare. I mean, it's just stuff that enters my mind when you bring something like this up. We're talking about letting them have their own communities here, bringing their own religions here, and having communities of it where it's going to get bigger and grow. Just like you were saying, Joanne said, it kind of divides the nation.
Let me catch up with these comments real quick. DT says, neither do I. Look at the huge wave park they're installing. The roads can't handle it. 5 p.m. now. When they open the park, it's going to gridlock every day. I don't think anything more can be done with that road right now. I don't really see. I'm coming from the position where I don't really think that wave park's going to have much of an impact. I would like it to have a better impact, maybe more hospitality jobs for our community. But then again, I don't have very much faith in it either. It's all the developments that I'm worried about, because supposedly the wave park's going to be regulated and metered. Who knows? I don't know. And it's not really, they do need to fix the road. Don't get me wrong. Because I got to travel that road every day and they need to fix that road. That's ridiculous that there's only 2 lanes in, it's only one way in, one way out there, and Babcock and 512. And, God forbid there was an evacuation for some reason. You couldn't get out of town fast enough. Steve says, I got to put it down there because I can't see it. We need to start believing what they say when they say U.S. is the big Satan and Israel is little Satan. They mean it. They don't play around and will give their lives for the cause. You're right. And they literally say this is part of the plan. They have to get in and get established and get in the government and start imposing Sharia law in those ways. And he's not wrong there. What else we got here? Don't push your laws on me. Yeah, Sharia law. Well, here's the thing: when you see them getting involved in government, it's for that reason, and that's part of what they have to do. It's kind of like an evangelical. They're out there to preach the word of God. Well, these are different in the sense of it's radical Islam, in that they have to get in and insert the Sharia law in everything they do. They're not even supposed to bank at the same banks. Don't push your laws on me. It's been said that there are probably 8,000 terrorists already implanted here throughout the country. When and if they get activated, there will be devastation.
I completely believe that there's definitely a lot out in here. I wouldn't be surprised if it's more than 8,000.
For sure. And what's he say here? This is slow. And we're seeing it more and more. Yeah, and the one mayor, the one city council, I guess, had a Muslim on it, and he was yelling at the mayor, saying, "You're not welcome here." Like, it was after the Charlie Kirk thing. And he's like, "You're not welcome here," and whatnot. It might have been somewhere around Dearborn. I don't know, but it's a mess. And what do you do? Like, we're supposed to be a melting pot, but people don't get that whole difference between multicultural and multi-heritage. It just doesn't work. Multicultural torn down empires. Every empire, an empire is by definition, a governed area with multiple cultures, and it doesn't work. You got to assimilate to the system that you're coming to,
right?
Unless you're purposely here as an invader, for some reason, like it sounds like they are. That was in Michigan. Yeah, so you saw what I was talking about. Yeah, the one guy was yelling at the mayor in a city council meeting, saying, "You're not welcome here. Like, your kind is not welcome here." And the mayor was a Christian, and the city council guy was a Muslim. And then they got Mandami in New York. He's going to get elected. New York is fucked. the already in Dearborn, Michigan, the 5 times a day, people are complaining. It's all throughout the night. They have to hear that freaking prayer sound. I should screen these first because you never know. I don't know if Troll's still out there, but sometimes he gives us a real good one. I don't know if you follow the Officer Tatum, but he has been interviewing people lately with knowledge of this. Yeah, follow Binford Chronicles also. She's our partner at IRC Media. She's been raising the alarm when it comes to Islam invading our culture, American culture, and that's where it starts. That's where it starts to break down. And I think my feeling is we already have a fragile enough culture, being that we're only we're approaching 250 years.
Right.
Yeah, next year's 250 years.
Yeah. Now, granted, we've been here a lot longer, but like our culture is not that deep, not that rich. Like we've built our own culture here, so I believe Joanna's right in raising the alarm. We need to preserve that, and not keep bending to all these
All the other cultures. Like just like you were talking about even earlier, like what you were talking about, where another country's here visiting. When we were there, there's no American flag behind Trump, but then when they come here, we put their flag behind them. Why are we bending the knee in all these different ways where we're trying to be politically correct?
We're
fuck
not
being politically correct.
We're not. We're just respectful.
Yeah, well,
it's a receipt. It's a receipt. So whenever later on, be like, listen, it's the little things that matter.
I'm tired of being.
I think they overdid it on the tolerance.
Yeah, I think it's
on
gone too far.
on the weird shit. White Christian men are becoming a minority. You're right. Yeah, to me, the biggest issue that is not getting enough attention is that Islam. It's just not compatible. I hate to be an alarmist like that, but whatever. Islam is not compatible with your constitution. If you're watching right now, you're in the States. You might be. There's a few watching overseas on Spotify after the fact, but Islam. I'm sorry. There's some friends of mine who follow the religion. They're innocent people, but it's not compatible with our constitution.
Right.
It just doesn't. And Sharia law is not compatible with Western civilization. What do we got here? I like dogs and bacon too much to become a Muslim. Yeah, there's a guy, I don't know his name, but I watch videos and he totally debunks the whole Muhammad is a prophet thing. It's pretty controversial, but it's pretty good. Also showing off my beautiful wife. Yeah, like, do you really want your wife dressed down like that? I don't get it. Correct. Yep. Yeah. Christianity is under attack, if we didn't notice. So I think right now is more important. If this is part of their plan, it's working.
Right.
You just saw the whole Charlie Kirk thing, who was, like Vince mentioned, awarded the Presidential Medal of Honor yesterday on his birthday. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
And Charlie Kirk Remembrance Day, and all that's fine and dandy, but at the end of the day, Christians are under attack. And no, you're good, Steve. I appreciate all the comments. Duck Butter 69. Yeah, you catch Steve on. Steve, are you commenting on Twitch? Yeah, Twitch and X. Yeah, and DT, you're on YouTube. Yep. If you're on Rumble and X, make sure you follow us there too. And but anyways, I've been rambling on. You guys got anything else?
A little bit of Second Amendment news as far as starting January 1st. You don't have to pay a tax stamp anymore to have a short barrel rifle or suppressor.
Really?
So there won't be that, depending on what it was, like a $250 fine.
So you don't have to pay that tax or whatever, that stamp?
Starting January 1st. And then the second part to that is now what they're working on is now that there's no taxes being paid, they're saying that it's unconstitutional for them to even have any kind of tracker. So they're saying that being overturned by the Supreme Court, the tax being zero, that the only reason they were allowed to track it was to track that the taxes were being paid.
Right.
So now they're fighting to say that that means you should not have to apply for anything to get a short barrel rifle or to use suppressors or have a vertical grip on your rifle. You know,
So that means
all that stuff will
so that means I don't have to go get like a special stamp to have to own these
hopefully.
things.
Right now you don't. Now you still have to get it, but you don't have to pay.
Right.
But now they're saying it's unconstitutional because the only reason they were allowed to have that list of people was to track that the taxes were being paid. So now there's therefore no reason for it.
Right.
DT, seen something about that on Facebook, but I didn't know enough about it. I was hoping to talk about it Friday night on the board report. I hope you're following that. Also, we cover these local things on the board report, and you can find that on IRC Media or Indian River Connections channels.
What?
But
What happened?
all the schools were on lockdown because multiple
When?
bomb threats the other day.
I didn't hear about
I
that.
didn't hear
Multiple
about that.
bomb threats to the principals in the schools.
Hmm.
Yeah, I heard it was kind of kept quiet because they kind of knew it was just hokey, but I don't think it was just here. I think it was in some other school districts also. I don't know enough about it.
I heard of a student bringing a knife to school.
Yeah, I remember. I heard something about that.
I heard about multiple bomb threats the other day,
Yeah,
and
Last
parents
week.
weren't notified of any lockdowns.
No.
You know, when it comes to our county, you know, our more local show is the board report. So I hope you chime in on the board report. But when it comes to our county, we live in Florida, and it's supposed to be very red. And I don't believe it very much is. And I think a lot of these people just get the job and then they do the very little to keep it. And they make it very hard to pick sides sometimes. And I really want to like the school board, the school district, and the superintendent and stuff like that. But it's like
They make it hard.
They make it hard sometimes. Like same with the county commission and the fight with the sheriff over $6 million. Meanwhile, I'm looking at freaking cube steak compared to ribeye, you know, like once a month. Or like I'm starving for red meat once a month. Not that I'm poor. I'm not poor. But if you think I am, you can send us money. Not just kidding. But you know what I'm saying? Like you see all this in your local government. It's like it's hard. It's hard to pick a side. You know, you've been like, if you're on Facebook in Fellsmere, you've been hearing about the flooding and this and that. And then for a couple of years now. And then what happens the other day? It rains like hell and there's flooding again. You know, great photo op for some local politicians, but it's like you still haven't done nothing about the issue.
Yeah.
So local politics, I think, is where it all starts, and people really need to pay attention. And I know there's a few elections coming up, and I think the only municipalities is Fellsmere, Florida, and Vero Beach. There might be a county seat or two up for re-election, but the local ones is Fellsmere and Vero. If you live in those city limits, make sure you show up to vote, and you know, meet with these people. They should want to talk to you. You know.
Hey Mike, could you link up DT to the Friday show? Send him a link on Friday. After the show, he'll send you a link.
Fridays at 7.
Yeah, I don't know where to send the link to because he's commenting on YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Fridays at 7, and on YouTube, search for Indian River Connections. It might be listed as IRC Media now because it's kind of like switched over to our media. So IRC Media or Indian River Connections on YouTube. Same thing with Rumble, X, Facebook. We'd really prefer views on those other ones, but yeah. The board report. We usually have some local people, a local journalist, former school board member. If it's pertaining to the school board, we'll get that Jennifer Pippin from Moms for Liberty on, and then we do a segment with them, and then we do like a panel where we want to invite other people on instead of just me or John, but that want to ask questions and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, tune in, and we'll check comments too and stuff like that. Right now, the big deal is the developments and there's something else going on. In these chats, they move so quick, it's hard for me to keep up. It's something to do with local municipalities having less say over the development in their areas. So like the county is almost, or the state is taking away a little bit of that home rule precedent, where, you know, like the county, like let's say Fellsmere wanted to annex that's 800 acres from Epic Estates. The county really can't do anything about it because it's home rule. Like it's
Right.
They have the local government, they can do it. Fellsmere can annex whatever they want. That's why Sebastian in our area has annexed so much property. You know, so it's supposed to limit some of that, which could be good in a way. I don't know. Like it depends on who puts it, whose power it gets put into. So anyways, we are right at an hour and 1 minute. It is 9:02. And I think the stream went pretty well. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, DT, for comment. Thank you for jumping in. To all you other people out there watching, whether it be, I can tell you where you're at right now. You're on X and you're on Rumble and YouTube. Man, make sure you hit that thumbs up for us and drop a comment, say hi or whatever, what city you're watching from. I don't know. It helps. It helps get us, it helps break through that little bit of that, you know, that thin layer of shadow banning. Yeah. YouTube is starting to come around a little bit. You're not hidden so much on YouTube, so there's a little bit of hope left for YouTube, but really it's at Rumble and X. So, but anyways, you guys got anything else before we get out of
here? Nothing. Just don't forget to give us that like, that share. You know, thank you guys for tuning in one more time again this week for episode 135 on Wednesday, October 15th.
See you
and
next
don't
week.
Forget, we are To the Point podcast with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
See you guys
we'll see you guys
later.
next week. Peace out.
Podcast warriors ain't afraid to shout. Make America great, tell them what it's about. Facts over feelings, cutting through the noise. Fighting woke mobs and the kids with toys. They spew their lies, they spreading hate. Lips BS ain't going to seal our fate. No nonsense here, just straight to the point. Truth to ammo in this battleground.